Assalamualaikum and hello guys! We are going to present assignment 1 engineering materials reports. There are 5 members in this group. One of them is me. My name is Atika binti ABDUL with my metric numbers is B0920100447.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is MOHAMAD NAJMI bin MANSOR and my matrix number is B0920100065.
My name is NURULHUSNA binti AZHAR. My number matric B0920100152.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is LUQMAN HAKEEM bin YUSMAR. I'm from BMV S2/1.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad dan HAIKAL bin RAZALI. I'm from BMMV section 21.
Okay, I go to introduction first. Okay, material can be classified into many categories such as metallic, polymer, ceramic, composite, and electronic materials. These materials are categorized according to the properties it possesses. Each material behave differently during application depending on its attributes such as its mechanical properties, physical properties, and chemical properties. For this assignment, we will only focus on 3 different type of materials, which is rubber band, glass, and PE. Okay, I explain about type of materials one by one. First, I explain about metals. Okay, metals is composed of one or more metallic element. For example, ferrum, cuprum, aluminium. It also non-metallic element, which is carbon, nitrogen, oxygen in relatively small amount. Properties of metal is strong, ductile, high thermal and electrical conductivity, particularly useful for structural or load-bearing application. Okay, next is polymer. Polymer are bound by covalent forces and also by weak van der Waals forces, and usually based on carbon and hydrogen. They decompose at moderate temperature between 100 until 400 Celsius and are lightweight. Properties of polymer is soft, ductile, low strength, low density, thermal and electrical insulator, and optically transparent. Next is ceramics. Okay, ceramic are generally made by taking mixture of clay, earthen element, powders, and waters and shaping them into desired form. Once the ceramic has been shaped, it is fired in a high temperature oven known as a kiln. Often, ceramic are covered in decorative, waterproof, paint-like substance known as glaze. So, properties of ceramic is high hardness, strength, and wear resistant, exceptional strength under compression, and very good insulator.
I will introduce about metal. In the world of modern technology, we can see that the usage of metal in our daily life is very crucial, as it being used to make a lot of structure, building, and even our electrical component consists of a variety type of metal such as copper, aluminium, zinc, and many more. Metal, the material which already been discovered and used for over approximate 5000 years BC by our ancestors, are now become main structure for every skyscraper, mobile transportation, rail track, and even bridge such as Penang Bridge. So let's take a closer look to our precious material in the world. When people think about metal, they only can come up with a few types of metal. For our information, there are various types of metal such as steel, lead, silicon, brass, and many more. The most common metal that being used in the modern world is steel, where it's simply iron that mixed with carbon with a ratio of 99% iron and 1% carbon. Steel also got a few different types, which which are carbon steel, alloy steel, and stainless steel. So for this assignment, we will be using metal paper clip where it is made of steel wire. There are 3 experiments that can be conducted to explore about the properties of metal such as heat, electricity, and magnetic. For a heat experiment, the objective of this experiment is to see how the temperature affect the elasticity of the paper clip, which the metal that we use for this experiment. The hypothesis for this experiment is when metal is heated up to 80 degrees Celsius, it will become more elastic. This is because of the modulus elasticity of the metal is decreased when the temperature increases. The increase of temperature in metal will cause the metal to vibrate more vigorously, which will cause the increase in atomic distance. For the electric experiment, the objective of this experiment is to determine either metal, electric conductor, or electric insulator. The hypothesis for this experiment is metal is an electric conductor material. This is because of the movement of electrically charged particles. The metal element is characterized by the presence of the valence electron, which is the electron in the outer shell of the atom that move freely. The free electron that make the metal able to conduct electric current. When the valence electron is free to move, they able to move through the lattice that made by the physical structure of metal and cause the current to flow. Therefore, the metal will become the electric conductor.
I'd like to talk about material classification. Material that I choose is rubber. Okay, for introduction, think of rubber and you probably think of plastic band, car tires, or pencil erasers. Okay, but this super stretchy material actually find its ways into 10,000 of different products, everything from rubber. Okay, such as stamp, waterproof shoes, and swimming caps. Okay, rubber, which has been commonly used for over 1,000 years, once come entirely from natural resources. Okay, now rubber products are just as likely to be made artificially in chemical plants. Okay, that's largely because we can't produce enough natural rubber to meet all our needs. Okay, it's because rubber is very useful. Okay, there are many different kind of rubber, but they all fall into 2 broad types, which is natural rubber, latex, and synthetic rubber made artificially in chemical plant. Okay, commercially, the most important synthetic rubber are SBR, PVA, and other kind include PVC. Okay, although natural rubber and synthetic rubber are similar in some ways, but they made by entirely different process and chemical quite different. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Okay, for this experiment, there are 3 types of parameter that we have set up, which are heat, electricity, and magnetic. The objective of the project was to see how temperature affect a rubber band elasticity. Okay, the hypothesis was heated rubber band would be most elastic, meaning they would stretch farthest and be able to sustain the least amount of force before breaking. Okay, in this experiment, we heated the rubber band for 5 minutes and it changed by 2 cm, and after that we heat for another 10 minutes and the rubber band changed by 4 cm, and lastly we heated for 15 minutes and the rubber band changed by 6 cm. Number 2, electricity. Rubber does not conduct electricity. Okay, in fact, it is generally known as an effective insulator and is widely used in gear design to prevent electrocution. Okay, the only solid that conduct electricity are metal and graphite. Okay, in this experiment, rubber band was used to make a complete circuit, which consists of battery as a supply, rubber band as a resistor, and LED lamp as a load. Okay, the result show that LED lamp not light up. This is because rubber band as a resistance in this circuit do not conduct electricity. Okay, number 3 for magnetic. Rubber band is not a magnetic material. Okay, in this experiment, a magnet has been used to test with rubber band and other material. Okay, as we can see, the rubber band not attract to the magnet, but item made of metal are more attract to magnet. Okay, as a conclusion for my part, heat affect rubber band based on time. The longer the rubber band been heated, okay, the rubber band will stretch easier. For electrical and magnetic parameters, rubber band do not affect electricity and magnetics. This is because rubber band are not conductive material and also not a magnetic materials. Okay, that's all from me.
And today I will introduce you about glass. In general meaning, glass an inorganic solid material that's usually transparent or translucent as well as hard, brittle and impervious to the natural element. Glass has been made into a practical and decorative object since ancient time and is still very important in application and as displays as building construction, houseware and telecommunication. First experiment, we will test the glass with heat, and because of its atmosphere's molecular configuration, glass reacts to the heat differently than the other material. And during this phase, the glass will have a consistency similar to honey. And as the temperature of the glass continues to heat, its characteristic will become more similar to the liquid. But when the low temperature heat, the glass will become the glass but in different shape. We will test with electricity. Generally, glass is a very poor and conductor of electricity, at least when it's cold. For example, light bulb, X-ray tube, and many other electrical products are made from glass. And one reason glass is chosen for this product is because of its excellent electrical insulating ability. So, the glass is pure conductor of electric. The last experiment, we will test the glass with the magnet. And normally, glass, as we know, that is not very magnetic. And if you test the normal glass with magnet, it will not happen anything. But when I research about the glass, some glass is made with a lot of magnetic atoms, such as cobalt, and that's the reason some of the glass will become magnetic. Thank you. That's all.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now, I will explain about how to conduct the experiment for electricity. First step is we take the end of the wire and connect it to the end of the battery. Second step is we take the end of the wire and connect it to the bulb. For the third step is take another wire and connect it to another side of the bulb. Fourth step is we take the end of the wire and connect it to the paper clip. Fifth step is we take another end of the wire, connect it back to the battery. Sixth step is we observe and record the data that we get, either the bulb did not light up or light up. Lastly, step 7, repeat step 1 to step 6 with a different material, which is rubber and glass. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, for methodology, here is the table that we use to record observation of different object when it conduct with bulb and batteries, and next choose the result whether it is conductor or insulator based on observation.
Now we move on to observation part of the experiment. First and foremost, The main idea is to measure the material properties, especially materials that are found in the house or surroundings. Our group decided to measure electrical properties of a material by measuring the reaction of the light bulb when the current flowed through. After that, we used rubber band, steel and glass as our material. We observed that when we use the steel and connect it with the circuit, the light bulb did glow, but when we use glass and rubber band and connect it with the circuit, the light bulb did not glow. Hence, we know that steel is a conductor while glass and rubber band is an insulator. The observation is correct.
Okay, for discussion, before case each object, the bulb should light up without its power switch by connecting the battery compartment directly to the bulb using two wires. Adding third wire allows to create a steer. When touch rubber band, a free wire ends the bulb does not light up or close because rubber band is an insulator. No current can flow, so the bulb all the same cause with glass insulator has low electron mobility. However, when phase being at both free and the bulb light it because paper clip made from steel and in material categories is metal. So this work in lighting bulb because steel is conducted and then closed circuit can be created.
To make a long story short, a complete circuit is shown when the current can flow through a circuit. This is what we all know as a closed circuit. For further understanding, a few tools are needed to build a complete circuit, such as a battery, a couple of wires, and a light bulb. The battery consists of two terminals, which is negative and positive. As we all know, electrons will flow from lower potential energy to higher potential energy. That is why when we connect battery and light bulb with wires, the light bulb will glow. If suddenly the connection between both of them are not complete, the light bulb will not glow. It shows that the circuit is not complete. When we connect a complete circuit to a conductor such as steel, the light bulb will glow. But when we connect a complete circuit with an insulator such as rubber band or glass, the light bulb will not glow. This is because electrons cannot flow through an insulator, hence the light bulb does not glow. There are many types of conductor exist in the world, such as copper, iron, aluminum, and silver. In addition, silver is the strongest conductor out of all known materials, but it is highly expensive and sought after material that it is barely found. I would like to end my presentation with a quote by a well-known American engineer. Science is about knowing, engineering is about doing. That's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.